It's your old pal Slim, and this is 70mm podcast for movie lovers. Just like you, disclaimer at the top of this show, we're not experts. But we do love watching movies. With me each and every episode is my close friend and artist, Danny Haas.
Hello.
And our close friend and movie insider, Prolexis. Every movie that we cover is connected to a theme for that month, and this time it's Mount GOATMORE.
Okay.
We're creating our own award and monument in honor of the greatest of all time, and we'll announce the first ever addition to that monument at the end of the month. You can use the chapters in your podcast app to skip right to our main discussion. It's my submission for Mount GOATMORE from 2015 and director Ryan Coogler, Creed. But the big story tonight, folks, we'll get to Creed at the bottom of the hour. It's a busy episode for us, episode 267 in a series of episodes. This is hot over the wire, just came across my desk. Elon Musk claims Donald Trump is, quote, in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they haven't been made public. Proto, have you been staying close to the news desk this evening as these two titans are going at it on social media?
I mean, yeah, when you talk about being in the ring, throwing haymakers, this is the heavyweight bout probably of our lives right here. This might go the full 12 rounds. Excuse me. Maybe, and who knows if anyone will make it out alive.
I mean,
the two leaders of our nation.
The leaders of the free world.
Yeah.
Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Happy Pride Month, everybody who's listening. Enough fake topics. This is a gigantic episode. Mount GOATMORE. Every week we give out a free year of Letterboxd Patron. Did you know that, Proto? If you tag your reviews 70mm Pod on Letterboxd, you could win a free year of Letterboxd Patron.
Well, how do you tag your review on Letterboxd?
That's a great question. When you're writing your review, there's a little tag section at the bottom of your review. Tag it 70mm Pod to show that you're watching alongside your close friends online. And then if you become a patron, you get rid of ads. That's the main thing. No one likes ads. Gets rid of ads, but you can also do custom posters and backdrops. And that's the main draw for me personally. And I haven't really been doing it lately, so I think we're giving out 3 free patrons tonight.
Oh my God.
Live on the show.
Oh boy.
I have the reviews pulled up. Some people are watching Creed alongside of us.
Okay.
I'd be pissed if my loud neighbor was super hot R&B singer Tessa Thompson. And if I was a hot R&B singer, I'd be pissed if my square ass have to get up early neighbor was Michael B. Jordan. Sexiest impasse ever. That's from Emma. 4 stars for Creed.
Okay.
And a free year of Letterboxd Patron.
There you go.
Let me going down my list here.
Okay.
Got a few more to go. Username, I just want to say it out loud, Quinty-Poo.
Okay.
Let's open this link up. My favorite boxing movie is Real Steel. And it has a lot of robots. Creed has no robots. 3 stars.
Oh.
Just want a free year of Letterboxd Pro. Tagging your review 70mm Pod. One more. This is a Rogue One.
What the?
Rogue One tag.
Did you click on my review?
No, I don't.
Am I winning?
I don't need to hear any more of your Rogue One thoughts. Okay? I don't need it. By the way, listen to our Andor Season 2 episode that just dropped this week. After seeing Andor Season 2, I can 100% say that Rogue One is the best movie ever.
Oh my God.
5 stars from Diego Boba on Letterboxd. Congratulations.
Did you say Diego Luna? He's at Letterboxd?
More importantly, Diego listens to 70mm Pod.
Wow.
So
okay.
Latin 007, as he's been called on our episodes.
Who said that?
I don't know. One of us said that.
It's on the record.
I don't know specifically who said
All right.
that. But Proto, you watched a movie that I didn't even realize that you logged last week.
Really?
Michael Douglas, Fatal Attraction.
Oh boy!
Can we get into this, please?
Take us through it.
Is the
Proto
world
just
ready?
like spit up on himself just thinking about talking about this little movie.
The state of my esophagus is
Excuse
it's been
me.
a rough week.
Lord have mercy.
We're all dying, folks. Okay.
Yeah. Why did I watch this? Oh, I was so our community is doing our official journey for the year is the Borny, right? 12 movies in the year from the year that you were born. And as luck would have it, Fatal Attraction came out the year I was born, 1987. And it was on streaming. You know, it's not always there. So I saw it and I seized the opportunity. I mean, this movie, jeez. Oh my, Adrian Lynn cooking.
Horny MFer.
He needed that. I mean, you look at his filmography, he has Unfaithful, Indecent Proposal. I don't even want to say this. Lolita. He has that, like, this guy.
Unfaithful changed my life.
Really?
That movie with, that's Diane Lane, right? Is that Unfaithful?
Yes. Diane Lane.
Have mercy.
And Richard
have mercy
Gere.
on our souls, everyone, please. Nobody has ever been cucked more than Richard Gere in Unfaithful. If you're into that, check that movie out.
Mercy.
Put it on my cucked list.
Happy Pride.
But Fatal Attraction, this movie is gorgeous. There is some kind of like magic lighting, like this warm golden glow of New York City in the 80s. Michael Douglas in a suit as a lawyer walking through New York City.
Horny.
Gosh, it's like when America was great, someone might say.
Oh my God.
You know, it's incredible. And then you got Glenn Close, who is like, I mean, she's like a sphinx, this woman.
Mm-hmm.
You can't quantify who she is. But honestly, I got to say, Michael Douglas's wife in this movie, played by Ann Archer, she stole my heart.
Oh.
I don't know if I've ever seen her in anything else. Wait, let's say I have one other movie. She was in Clear and Present Danger. But I don't remember in that.
Right.
But she is amazing in this. She actually won for Best Supporting Actress in Fatal Attraction. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oscar?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they all won, honestly.
Really?
It's a dynamite movie. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? Our community let us down with Sexual Michael Douglas
Yeah, they
month.
really did.
But, I mean, it's our show. What if we just do it anyway?
Oh my God. Yes. Now we're talking.
What if we just like take the show by the reins and just say, we're going to do it?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I gave this 4 stars. Amazing movie.
The hair, I just dropped a photo of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
The hair on all 3.
Incredible.
It's out of this world how good they look. I mean, Michael Douglas is untouchable in this era, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. I feel like he is, in the 80s, he is Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah, I would love to do it. It's probably, I mean, speaking frankly, my greatest failure. It was Sexual Michael Douglas not winning the vote. We had everyone in the community said yes to Sexual Michael Douglas month. It's a great idea. Let's do it. Let's let it all hang out. And they all said they're gonna vote for it. Nobody voted for it.
No.
Nobody effing voted for Sexual Michael Douglas month when the moment was needed. Yeah. Nobody showed up to the polls.
That's why we have Trump.
And I can't even tell you what won in its place. I don't even know.
That's how memorable it was.
Emma J in chat, the people are saying we need Horse Month. You think the people are going to come out and vote for Horse Month and Sexual Michael Douglas Month lost? My greatest failure in the history of the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else, Proto? You watched that Miyazaki doc. I'm halfway through that doc. I haven't finished it.
Oh yes, I did watch the doc because Danny gave us homework after we watched The Wind Rises, and thank you, Danny. This is an amazing doc. The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness. It came out in 2013, so same year as The Wind Rises, and it's filmed in Ghibli studio as they are making The Wind Rises, and you get to see Miyazaki's pretty much his whole process. I mean, you see him at his desk working on it, doing his storyboards. Then you see him in his home, and then you see the inner workings of Ghibli. I didn't really know the relationship between him and his partner and how they are kind of, and I don't want to say like at odds, but I mean, he even called him his like competitor. And just but the way they spoke about each other and their moments together, I mean, it's really incredible just what they have built and I mean, what they've produced, how they make their movies, and how Miyazaki lives his life. It's really inspiring. And actually, it made me go and start reading the book I have about the Ghibli movies. It's, what's it called? I can never remember the title, but it covers Ghibli between, I think, 97 and 2008. So it starts with, and it's like a collected works of different writings when Princess Mononoke came out. So it has like all of these interviews, these transcripts with Miyazaki, and it's him just like talking about his process. And it's really incredible just hearing, like, he's not just a brilliant animator and like the leader of this studio. He's also like an incredibly well-read person in terms of like Japanese history and geography and just like his culture in general. Like the way he's just like having these conversations with these scholars is really incredible. So I can't recommend it enough. I'm just like, I'm really enjoying that read and
the Starting Point books.
Yes, that's what it is. The Starting Point. Yeah. So I think this is volume 2 that I read. I'm reading now. So it's great. And I have hundreds of pages to go, but I'm loving, like, I wake up in the morning with my coffee and I'll just like read one of these articles.
Cigarette.
I like a cigarette.
Your white apron.
From Miyazaki.
I'm at the point in the doc where his son appears.
Oh yeah, Goro.
Goro was like, I wouldn't be doing this if this isn't my dream. Or I don't know, something like pretty depressing. And I was like, I need to come back to this.
He has a pretty, tainted relationship with his son and wife and daughter, I think.
Really? Yeah, I noticed when they went to his house, they were talking about his wife, but I didn't see the wife yet.
You're not going to?
I mean, he works 11 to 9. What are his hours? 11 to 9 every day except Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
I wouldn't imagine he could have any relationship with loved ones.
Right. It's rough.
It's a lot of hours, folks. A lot of hours.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Logan and Katie joined our Patreon this past week, got access to our Discord, uncut and longer episodes. I just released an audio version of our VHS Village update. It's just me talking for 30 minutes.
People liked it.
People seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could talk. Shocker, maybe to no one, but I could talk for 30 minutes just myself. I wanted to see if I could do it, and I could do it. So watch this space. Could be more to come.
Oh.
And we are about to, as this episode maybe comes out Monday, maybe it will be out already, but the Rookie of the Year episode will be going out to supporters only. Only patrons are getting our Rookie of the Year episode. Daniel Stern directed movie. We had a lot of fun looking back on that movie.
I agree.
A lot of fun.
I agree.
There's a specific segment where we talk about a locker room scene. Nude adult men. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Danny, what did you watch this week? Anything you want to talk about?
After our Rookie of the Year conversation, we brought up the baseball movie EEPHUS.
Scott recommended it, I think, in that episode.
Scott recommended it. I believe it was brought up a little bit before one of our episodes, but really briefly. EEPHUS is a 2024 movie, Carson Lund. And my jokey review is going to be, this is my Jean Dielman. It's a beer league baseball teams, two teams, on their last day of the sport. The field's getting either, I can't remember if it was like getting torn down or the land's been sold or whatever. So they're all playing their last beer league baseball game against each other, who it seems like they've probably played for years against the two of them. And it's just kind of cameras on a field filming these guys play baseball for the 2-hour runtime. And I ate it up. Loved every second of it. It's filmed really well. I've never heard of Carson Lund, the director. I think this is still kind of considered an indie film. I haven't looked into much outside of this. I think some reviews, I think Scott's review or someone's, they saw this at a Q&A with the players. Maybe that was Chuck from Bat and Spider. Anyway, if you like baseball, if you like baseball films, this was a joy to watch. It's a rentable on Amazon.
When are you joining a beer league softball baseball team?
Sir,
What's it got to take over there in Florida?
I want to so bad. I don't know. I got to find it. I got to find these people. If you're listening, email me. I want to do it. I would love to play pickup baseball and hurt myself as a 43-year-old man. But these guys look older than me. It was just a joy to watch.
You could be a legend in this,
right?
in this league.
I think I could too. Thanks for
saying
saying
it. You need to get
out
on
loud.
Facebook. I feel like Facebook is your avenue in.
You think
got to be
Facebook? I got to log into Facebook.
There's got to be some baseball, like local Orlando beer league baseball group you can sign up for.
So it's like comedy. It's got some touching moments. And it's just kind of chill. It's like a chill baseball movie. Really fun. I had a great time watching it.
I saw the How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
Screening for that. We went as a family. IMAX.
Okay.
Neshaminy. The dead mall of northeastern Pennsylvania. God, that place is so depressing. It's actually officially closed off, like the entrance to the mall. I can't remember if I said this or not.
Really?
It's just sick. It's sick
End of an
stuff,
era.
what's happening to malls right now. And it started off a little rocky, admittedly. It's like, I saw like some early reviews. People were like annoyed that it's essentially the Psycho remake was. It's like a shot-for-shot remake of the animated movie. But I didn't really mind that much. Like the CGI of the dragons is pretty tremendous. And I think the kid that they cast in Hiccup's role is pretty good. So as soon as Toothless appeared, it really picked up steam and I had a great time. James loved it too. He's a huge How to Train Your Dragons fan. It was a theater full of like families and young kids.
There you go.
So that seems like the main demo for this movie for sure. And then when I got home, Jerry Maguire was on Pluto.
God.
Caught the last 40 minutes of Jerry Maguire. One of the greatest movies of all time?
It's a great question.
When are we going to do Jerry Maguire? Proto, what's your Jerry Maguire status?
Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I think me and Jenna watched it earlier in our marriage. I can't remember how I felt about it, really. I'll just save it. I'll save it for when it's picked by one of you guys.
He should have won the Oscar for that movie.
When will he win an Oscar?
Cuban Gooding?
I also watched the Gene Hackman Night Moves movie.
Okay.
That's been watch listed for a while, like the Gene Hackman detective, late 70s, 80s movie. I didn't love it. I think it might have been, I don't know. It's pretty hyped up, Night Moves. I didn't fall in love with it.
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe, and it wasn't the vibe I was hoping for. And we also saw Bring Her Back.
Oh.
The next movie from the boys that brought you Talk to Me, which I really enjoyed. bring her back, unfortunately, falls into the night moves camp for me.
Oh, no.
I was bored. I wanted a DNF and I was in the theater. I was so bored. But I did have a giant tub of popcorn.
Okay, that got you through it.
Yeah. Actually, this has never happened for me, but when we went to see How to Train Your Dragon, we got like the AMC large tub because we're AMC Stubs members. And we got like a cardboard thing. So I dumped the popcorn into this like cardboard container for Amanda to have a share of the popcorn. I actually ate everything in the giant large tub of popcorn, even though it was like a half tub. And for the first time ever, I went to get a free refill of popcorn. Has anyone ever done that before in history? Gotten a free refill from AMC Stubs because they eat an entire thing of large popcorn?
This is what veganism does to you. You're just
I
hungry.
Had more
You're
salt
hungry all the
and
time.
Butter in that night than I had maybe in the last 6 months.
Got to go right to your cardiologist after that.
Okay, let's get into the picture. Episode 267, Ryan Coogler. This is my submission for Mount Goatmore. We will reveal the official winner of Mount Goatmore in 2 weeks on this show. The first hero to be chiseled into this new monument that we've constructed. Proto, what's Creed all about?
Adonis Johnson never knew his father, heavyweight champion Apollo Creed. Adonis wants to find peace and meaning for his life, but for some reason, an American mid-tier corporate job is not providing it. Against the wishes of his stepmother, Adonis seeks to walk the path his father did and pursues the career of a boxer. Knowing that Rocky Balboa has not yet died of brain damage, Adonis drops his life in LA and moves cross-country to Philadelphia to train with Rocky. But Rock has been out of boxing for a while, and it will take some convincing to get him back ringside to train the next generation of Creed.
Okay.
I'm trying to find Proto's review here of Creed. Proto Lexus. Let me type that into the old search bar here. Are you, quote, "Are you okay? My wife overhearing me practice my Rocky in the bathroom mirror. Philly almost unrecognizable with how clean it is on film. Front Street would never." 23 likes on this review, folks.
Cook it.
Viral. Proto has gone viral again this week. Danny, you have gone on record on this show, other shows.
Yeah.
You love boxing.
Yeah.
You will do anything to watch boxing. You think it's America's historical pastime sport.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on, I know where you stand on Rocky, but where do you stand on Rocky and Creed before this recording?
Well, I've never seen any of the Creed, so this is my first viewing of Creed. Where I stand on Rocky, I've only seen the first one, and then the one we did, right? 4?
Right, we did 4.
And that's it. And I don't like them.
Yeah, you don't. This was a gag. You don't love boxing.
I can't stand it. Honest to God, it actually kind of
repulses you.
Pisses me off.
What do you think about the UFC Ultimate Fighting?
That's even worse.
What about the slap league that Dana White does? You ever see that slap?
Oh, I
league?
kind of like that. Bunch of idiots.
That's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous.
I feel like you could get more brain damage from the slap league.
Oh, I'm not.
You're not anti-brain damage.
I'm not anti-boxing because of the brain damage. I just bored out of my mind watching people punch each other.
I thought maybe it was like the violence. You're just bored.
I don't care about that.
Okay.
Let them hurt themselves. I can't watch football and be like mad at the brain damage you get at boxing.
Right. What causes more brain damage? The NFL or boxing? Does anyone know? Can we ask that question safely on the show without being sued?
It's true.
Or taken out by someone?
Yeah.
Proto, same question to you.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What is your history with the Rocky franchise and Creed before this evening?
Oh, well, as someone who lives within proximity of Philadelphia, I'm in New Jersey, but I'm basically in a Philadelphia suburb.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I grew up on Philadelphia sports, so I was shown Rocky at some point in a young age. I can't really remember. And I feel like I saw it on TV a bunch of times. I mean, you turn TV on, like one of the Rockies is playing, So I can't tell you what happens in Rocky 2 and 3, but I'm sure I've seen at least parts of them at different points.
Right.
I used to drive my way home. I drive right by the museum steps, so I would see the Rocky statue there, seeing people take pictures of it every single day for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever walked in front of the statue myself, but
maybe next for our meetup we do this.
Yeah,
Every time I go
tracksuit on.
Dang, that's a great idea. Could you, for the meetup, could you be dressed as Sylvester Stallone from Creed? Just with baggy sweats and maybe
Are you talking to me?
Either one of you. Different era, Rocky.
Different era Rocky
cosplay.
What if we just do Rambo?
For stolen valor. I don't think that's safe. I have not logged Rocky on Letterboxd, so I have not watched it. I've seen it, and I can't remember the last time I saw it, so who knows? Yeah, Toast Modern in chat, that fedora tilted. I mean, it'd be a great look.
Yeah.
Could all just be dressed as various Rocky Balboas.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Yeah, but we jokingly did the 4th movie in the franchise for, was it May the 4th?
Yeah.
Month? That was a great idea. And I don't know what the heck we thought of May the 4th, but that one is a famous one with the training montages. And
the robot.
That
one had a robot in it.
Yeah, his son, his nerdy son had that robot that he alludes to in this movie. He doesn't call him a nerd, but...
Can't say that anymore.
You can say nerd. Nerd has not been taken from us.
Give us time.
Comedy is illegal. That's what the two titans that we mentioned earlier at the show have said.
Give it time.
February 2023 was when I first saw Creed, and I loved it.
Okay.
I called it, quote, a frigging banger.
Okay.
Quote, how the heck did Sly not win an Oscar for this? Absolutely disgusting. End quote. We'll get into it.
For this movie we were talking about now?
That is what I said about this movie.
For this movie.
This movie, I said...
Oscar worthy.
I said Sly deserved it. Let's just start with Sly. It sounds like we need to start with Sly.
It's your movie. You start wherever you want to start.
It sounds like we need to start with Sly.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvester Stallone in this movie, I think, is Oscar worthy. I love Sylvester Stallone, the aged Rocky Balboa character. Has a little restaurant that he runs in the city. Doesn't really want to get back into it based on how, it went in the past with Apollo Creed. And he has a sad backstory with his late wife. And I love the subplot with his wife, the cancer, him talking silly to Donnie about how we're not a family. And then honestly, when Sylvester Stallone has that one scene where he starts crying, and because Donnie finds out that he's not going to get cancer treatment. And then Sylvester Stallone is one of the greatest performances of all time in that locker room. He does the exhale.
You sound crazy, man. Give me the keys. I'll take you to the hospital right now.
I'm not crazy at all. If I could take everything that was good and put it into a bowl or something and say, hey, here, I'd like to buy one more day with my wife, I'd do it. I would die a happy man right then. Not gonna happen. So, everything I got is moved on, and I'm here. But you know what? It's okay. Because I said to myself, if I break, if I'm hurt, whatever, I ain't gonna fix it. Why bother?
And I'm just some bum that's living in your crib, just nothing.
You're a good kid and a good fighter. But you got your whole future ahead of you. Mine? Back there, like all them guys on that wall. In the back. In the past. We're going nowhere. I am to you just an old trainer. That's what brought us together, you know? We're not a real family.
The exhale he does. Where was Oscar? Yeah, I love Sly in this movie. This again, this is a preface. This is not a comment on Sylvester Stallone's political beliefs that have been revealed in the last year or two.
Oh, no, really?
Not great. Proto, where do you stand on Sylvester Stallone? I feel like I know, but I'm going to ask.
No, you know, Sly, he always kind of surprises me. I think I'm always expecting, yeah, I mean, I don't want to say meathead performance, you
Say
know,
it.
but
can't say that.
I think of, I just think of like, oh, he's, for whatever, I lump him in it with like, maybe like Arnold and
All the Expendables.
Yeah, like Lundgren,
Yeah.
just like, you know, they're just action stars. But then, you know, seeing this, I think he is a good natural actor when he is playing himself, like playing a blue collar guy, or I don't know, what do you call a boxer? A no collar guy, you know, just like a you know, an average Joe, a guy on the streets. He's great. He's like, he just fits the role, like his mannerisms, the way he talks, like any of the conversations he's in. Like even like that hospital scene where he's like talking to the doctor, just the way he handles that it's very believable. And it's like, I'm like drawn into his performance in this. And like, I believe it every step of the way. Like when he's first on screen, you're like, oh, here we go. It's Rocky Balboa, you know, in Adrian's, but you know, once you're past that, like when he's, you know, as a mentor to Adonis, and going over the history, having him at the house, you know, I love like just him picking up an analog phone, you know, looking out the window, talking. Yeah, I mean, I think he's great in this.
Yeah. When like he says that line, like, we're not a real family. And in the shot, like the camera stays with him after Adonis leaves the room. He's like, man, why'd you say that? Why'd you say that? He's like talking to himself. Yeah. I love that. I thought that scene was amazing. Danny, your thoughts, Sly Stallone?
I like Sly in this a lot. And I think my problem with Sly in this is not really his performance. Is I don't like the story arc for him. I don't like the cancer storyline with him. It felt like, at least to me, I mean, for me, boxing is so boring that it felt like we have to write this weird emotional storyline to pull some strings for people who don't like boxing to care about anything going on in this film. But it's like, let's just give Sly just a spoonful of cancer, not like big boy cancer. Let's just give him a spoonful of cancer so that he can kind of fight it and survive it. Just a spoonful to make it through the next couple sequels too. Not like real cancer where he's going to die at the end of this.
Right.
So I don't know. It was like I kind of eye rolled the whole cancer thing. It was just dumb.
Oh my God. Ouch.
But I don't think he performed it bad. I don't know.
You just wanted Sly to be there and not have to choose to fight for something.
I feel like better writing could have had some sort of story where he could have, I don't know.
So you're saying Ryan Coogler blew it?
I don't think he's the only one that wrote it, but maybe. Maybe. Okay. I do like the intro to Sly. I like the whole beginning. I like the mystique around Balboa being in town still. His poster still up at Mickey's. He's like the hometown hero.
Tessa knows who he is immediately.
Tessa knows.
Yeah.
That's interesting you say that about the cancer plot, because I felt like the story of this movie is almost like as generic as it could get, giving like the starting point. But I thought like the cancer angle gave, you know, at the end, it gives it like of them both going through the battle, of course, right? And that is what like gives it, I think, the emotional weight, especially like, I mean, to me, like that locker room scene is like the pivotal point of the movie. I felt like that was the most moving scene in the movie. And then after that, of them both kind of coming to the same conclusion of like, we both have to fight these things in our lives.
Mhm.
And if Sly doesn't have that angle, I mean, I guess it could just be a completely Creed story and Sly doesn't need that angle. But you almost feel like while you're watching this that like Sylvester Stallone is such a presence in this movie that like, did they add more for him? Because it was just like, he was kind of like overtaking the movie in some way. Maybe that wasn't the case. This is like the plan all along, but it almost feels like it's almost like they're both the main characters in this rather than it being just Adonis's movie.
Sure. And maybe Michael B. Jordan, I mean, I don't think Michael B. Jordan was a star yet. So maybe they kind of needed Stallone to still be integral outside of just training him and stuff.
So you don't think he was? Like, when did he reach stardom?
Michael B.
I think Black Panther was when he hit like the apex of stardom. I don't think Black Panther was before this, was it?
Black Panther was 2018. No.
Yes, this is 3 years before that.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, he was like, you know, he was in the Fantastic Four movie before this. He was in Fruitvale Station with Coogler. So I think he's maybe did some TV stuff, but yeah, like not.
My introduction to him was Chronicle, and I loved Chronicle.
Chronicle is amazing.
What a movie.
The boxing stuff, I'm also not, I don't give one crap about boxing. And I was thinking to myself while watching this movie, do I know anyone that likes boxing? Like if you had to think about your circle of friends,
yeah,
do you know anyone that likes boxing? And yet boxing has remained somehow in the news and in sports, but I cannot name one person I know that cares about boxing. Is it a scam? Is like the entire sport a scam?
That's a
Proto,
great
do you know
question,
anyone
Sly.
that cares about boxing?
I don't think I can say. I mean, definitely UFC. I know people. I feel like UFC is kind of is like taking the place of boxing. No, I can't name anybody I know.
It's such a weird sport to like exist in like the American psyche. I just in my head, like, no, I don't know anyone that watches it. And yet somehow it still remains. I don't know who's paying for these pay-per-views. It's like Jake Paul is the most popular boxer I know or anyone knows. Mayweather. So weird. Proto, what's the top of your list for this movie?
I think the city of Philadelphia has to be at the top of my list.
Okay.
You know, watching this, it's fun to see Philly and see a movie set in the city, especially of an area that I used to work in. I used to work in Fishtown. I was right on Frankfurt Ave, which is just a couple blocks away from Front Street, which is where the subway runs above it. And I would walk that street. I would ride the train and I'd get off there and it looked like where they have Mickey's Gym. I was like, is that the corner where I like would walk to work? I don't think it is. Cause I think I read later it was actually filmed in a different part of the
Chicago.
city. But I mean, it's just cool to be like the city that, you know, seeing it in film, in this way. I mean, of course it looks completely different. But you know, maybe it looked like this in 2015. I don't know. But when I was working in Philly, it did not look like that, and it does not look like that now. But I mean, it's really fun. You know, I mean, I love like Silver Linings Playbook for that same reason. You know,
Gross.
A movie set in Philadelphia. So I loved all those bits, and I mean, just the connection of Rocky to Philly. You know, I can't help but love that aspect of the movie.
Yeah. I loved I think I wrote my review, but the scene where he's running through the streets and the dudes on the bikes and the four-wheelers are like surrounding him. That feels like the most Philly thing I've ever seen on film. And like Coogler tapped into something that just nailed the city and like an updated representation of a young boxer in Philadelphia. Like, how can we capture a moment and kind of just say everything we need to say with that? And Danny in chat, how often do y'all have to worry about bike parades? I mean, that's a real thing. And if you're driving through the city, like you could just have kids on bikes doing wheelies, turning into your car, trying not to hit your car. That's real life. And
it's real life,
think
folks.
The city has been trying their best to deal with it. Question mark. I don't think they're really doing anything, but
no one cares.
Yeah, I love that scene. Oh, and when it happened, when I first saw it, I thought that was so. And then he ends the run seeing Sly in the window. I mean, hook it up to my veins, right there, Danny.
I mean, I love any like city in a film because it makes me wanna. Because we'll be in Philly in late August, I guess, early September. It just makes me want to find these locations. I love finding filming locations. Let's go find Mickey's, wherever they filmed that at. I mean, I love stuff like this.
Danny getting run over by a 4-wheeler at the 70mm meetup
in my Rambo costume.
Fedora blowing in the wind after you get run over, trampled. Danny, what's at the top of your list for Creed?
The top of my list, to come back to Michael B. Jordan. I think he's dynamite in this film. He's so electric. Every time he's on film, maybe I'm just stricken by him because he's a stunning looking human being. But also I think he's great as Creed's son. I don't know the story. I don't know if this was like story before coming into Creed that he had an affair and a son with someone else. I didn't know. Was Felicia Rashad ever part of the Rocky stuff before this?
Not that I remember.
Yeah. So I really like that storyline of him and her breaking him out. I guess her getting him out of juvie or whatever that was. But his whole performance in this, I think, is really good. I love him and Tessa together. I think he has a really good chemistry with Sly. The two of them together, and his physicality with the boxing, I thought was incredible too. I don't understand how you get a body to look the way his body looked, but it's a lot of hard work, I guess.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what you would think of the rest of the series, because Michael B. Jordan directs the third one. Like he starred and directed the third one. That's the one with Jonathan Majors, and they're like, adversaries from their youth, and that storyline is pretty good.
Okay,
like Jonathan Majors, like he derailed his career, but he was cooking with gas in Creed 3. Like he was really good.
It's on the docket for Letterboxd that there's a Creed 4 directed by Michael B.
Really?
So I'm not sure if that's got any legs to it, but I saw it when we were reading.
Yeah, the journey like to Creed 2, because Creed 2 like starts out where some time has passed, but he's essentially like, rich. He's like a rich boxer. Like they're not living in these dingy apartments. Like I think they have like a mansion by the time 2 starts or whatever.
Oh.
So it's either 2 or 3, but like you see the progression of him like becoming a name after that.
And I also, after watching this, this is 20 whatever year. Where's Creed at? 2015. So we're a decade out from this. We've had Sinners and Black Panther. I just don't feel like Michael B. is as big as he should be yet. I know there's been there's pictures of like him and Tom at like one of the Mission Impossible things, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say like the next Denzel, but I feel like he just has that. He has the factor of like, oh, there's a new, like he has that now where it's like, oh, there's a new Michael B. Jordan movie. I'm going to see it because Michael B. Jordan's in it, whatever it is. I think he has that. I don't know. I feel like he should just be bigger. Maybe he is, and he's just kind of out of my radar, but I don't know. I love him.
I think he's pretty big. I like selfishly would have loved for him to take up the Black Panther mantle in the MCU.
Completely agree.
Like that feels like the only route they should have taken. Like if he appears in some kind of alternate reality character in the new like Avengers movie, like I'm gonna faint in my seats.
I'm seeing on IMDb, Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith, I Am Legend 2.
All right.
Is this happening?
I'm changing my tune. Michael B., pull it back, please, babe.
Next on my list, let's see. Tessa Thompson.
What can you say?
All right, next. Proto, I think it's your turn. I love Tessa Thompson in this.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite bits from the second movie is she sings to lead him out to the ring.
Ooh.
Like she sings one of her songs, and I thought it was the sickest shit ever. Like, oh my God, if my wife wrote me a song and sang me out to one of my fights, the absolute dream. I liked her character. I loved her scenes. I mean, their big argument scene is obviously tremendous. Your wife mentioned it in her review, but like when she takes out her hearing aids,
my.
I don't even know if that was in the script. They like came out with that day when they were filming it. But so smart. And it's like a fine line to walk too, because like they're trying to like make her not just the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she has her own thing going on. And he like screws it up that one night because he found out Sly has cancer. And I thought they did pretty well in this movie. Proto, what'd you think of Tessa?
I thought Tessa was good. I mean, I love seeing her play at Johnny Brenda's. Again, like Johnny Brenda's is like 2 blocks away from where I worked.
Was a real place?
Local
it's
name
a real
drop.
place.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen shows there too.
What the?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's cool as well. The idea of her being like have residents there, grinding it out at Johnny Brenda's. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I couldn't stop thinking though, is like, I mean, Michael B., Adonis, amazing body, but like he's a boxer. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is someone really going to date a boxer? Like the thought of like getting mixed up in that life it's almost like too hard for me to believe. Isn't that like a red flag? Like a guy's a boxer. Like I'm sorry, like you're really hot, but this ain't happening.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch you get your ass beat for 12 rounds ringside.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So much fun.
I mean, you can see
know.
like Felicia Rashad wasn't coming out for that fight. You know,
She still watched it.
yeah, she
still
watched it,
cheered
but
him
she's
on.
not like, I'm not taking part of this.
She
Oh,
still
maybe I'll buy
pay-per-viewed it.
Maybe I'll buy the pay-per-view.
She
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll spend $50 to watch you. But yeah, their journey over the course of the films is pretty good too. But where's Tessa been at? Remember when, like, she was in Westworld? Remember Westworld?
No, she did the Thor stuff. Or she was in...
Yeah, she like became super mega mainstream, I think, around like when she was in that Thor movie. But I don't know. I haven't seen her in a ton of other stuff. And maybe that's also on me, but she did TV. Does anybody know?
I don't know what Tessa does these days.
Oh, she
Tessa.
was in Sorry to Bother You. Oh my gosh, that was 7 years ago.
Sorry to bother you. It was 7 years ago?
Oh my gosh, she was in Men in Black. Remember Men in Black?
Oh.
Like 4 or whatever?
Wow,
That's the misstep.
Yeah.
That's the misstep.
That was,
Yo, when she
how do you say
cried, it
no
would
to Men in
rain.
Black 4?
That's the misstep.
Remember that? She cries, it rains.
I gave that 2 stars. I don't even remember watching this movie.
I think Tessa's dynamite.
I love Tessa.
Yeah, she's great in this. I thought it was very interesting living with Casey, who has hearing aids, to see someone portrayed on screen with hearing aids, and I don't know, it was fascinating that there was a choice to do this. I had to Google on what was the reasoning, and it just said, I think randomly, that Ryan Coogler's fiance at the time, I'm not sure if they got married, but at the time his fiance was a translator of sign language. And I don't know if they just added it as like a story beat for her, but it was just, I mean, it was interesting to see. I liked it.
Did you guys watch Westworld when that was coming out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the biggest thing
That
ever.
first season's unreal.
Ever.
I think that was everyone's waking up to
Tessa Thompson.
Jeffrey.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Jeffrey Rush. That's
Yeah,
right.
Right.
I mean,
Jeffrey
Westworld.
Rush.
Jeffrey Wright. I guess Westworld, yeah, Westworld brought us Tessa Thompson to the mainstream, and Jeffrey Wright, really?
Tandy
Way? I mean, man, has any show been screwed up so hard as Westworld?
Oh, man.
It went from the biggest show of all time to no one ever caring about it ever.
The Aaron Paul effect.
Didn't it have a 4th season? Because I stopped after the 2nd season.
Oh, it did.
That's wild.
It was like people were wanting another Lost. I feel like people got it with the first season of Westworld.
The first season, yeah, for sure.
Second season was like,
I still want to see the movie, the Crichton movie.
Movie's good.
It's got a great poster.
First. Pro?
So for I don't like boxing either, but I feel like there are boxing movies that I like because I think the sport has, when it comes to film, it has like a poetry to it, and it can be very cinematic in the way that it's shot. Like I liked Ali, the Michael Mann movie. We covered that. Like I liked the way, I didn't think the story was necessarily the best, but the way it looked and the way it's shot, there was like some amazing looks of the ring. And then Raging Bull. I love that movie. Again, Marty flexing on us with some of his portrayals of boxing. And with this, I feel like I didn't really feel that much in this until like the very end. There's a point in the final fight where I don't know if it's like in the 2nd round or 3rd round, but at one point, like, because they get into the stadium and they're there, and I'm like looking around and everything. It just looks very, very much very literal in how like everything looks in a boxing ring. And I'm like, where's the cinema? Where's the cinema? I'm like looking for the cinema. I'm not seeing the cinema. And then like something changes with the lighting, like it slows it down a little bit. And I'm like, oh, there it is. There's like the moment where it feels like the gravitas of boxing that you can portray in a movie. But it really wasn't until that point. So for me, I feel like that's what draws me into a movie about boxing. And this movie didn't really get there until like 90% of the way through. So I don't know. What do you guys think of in terms of the way it looked?
I think for me, it was actually reversed. The first fight that he has, I forget who it was. Not the Mexico fights, but the first fight where Stallone is helping him or on his side. It felt like a oneer. Like I felt like it was like just one camera following the fight in the ring for the entire fight. I don't know if if it didn't cut, but something about that, I was like, oh hell yes, this is really a rad way to show the fight. So I was really vibing with that fight, but when it got to the finale, I'm like, this just feels like, I don't know, a basic cable fight. I don't know. There was something about it that just, it's like sucked the wind out of it for me because I was really looking forward to some sort of pizzazz like that first fight in the end. And it does, I know what you're talking about, Proto. There is that moment where it kind of vignettes around them, it darkens, and it has a really cool moment, but it's not for like a little, like the very finale of that fight. I don't know. It was just fine, the ending. I preferred the first fight. However, he did it with like the one take kind of look.
Right.
I do like, I think the moments when he got knocked on his ass and the way the camera kind of flops on the ground with him, that kind of visceral feeling of getting knocked out. I think like it comes through the cinema quite well, of just being flung to the ground like that.
I'm pretty sure there is a oneer. That one shot is like 2 rounds of
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
the camera staying in the ring. I was trying to think of like to the Rocky movies, like those fights are just so theatrical. It's not like, I know they're choreographed and stuff, but like they just don't feel real in a way that like a real boxing fight feels. So I don't know. Some of the stuff is, I would presume, pretty hard to do and like make it feel exciting because as I surmised earlier, nobody actually likes boxing. No one. Just think to yourself, do you know anyone in your life that likes boxing?
I don't.
Danny, next on your list?
I've gone through a lot of it. Stallone. I mean, we could talk about a little bit more about the direction, Coogler's direction. I actually, when you brought up Coogler, I was hyped because I thought you were going to pick Black Panther.
Oh, wow.
And I feel like that is his Mount Goatmore of a movie. So when you picked this, I was kind of shocked that you did. But I don't know that I have any like, wow, this is an amazing thing from Coogler. I think there's like moments in this, but there's nothing I was like writing home about for his direction in this. And I was very interested because I was really excited to watch this. But I was a little bummed by it because there was nothing really outstanding that I was, super stoked to have seen. I mean, the performances are fine. I don't know. I don't know what else I expected. Maybe, I don't know. But
it's probably the perfect combination of you not liking boxing or Rocky.
Yeah.
And you were thrust into that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're probably right. I shouldn't fault Ryan too much then.
Sounds like we're getting 3 stars from Danny. If we're lucky. My God. I mean, I think this was a passion project for him at the time. I think his dad loved boxing, Ryan Coogler.
Ryan knew one person.
And he really wanted to, I think his dad also like got sick too. So I think there's maybe like some parallels to the story he wrote for Stallone. I also think he had to like fight, not like fight, but like prove to Stallone, like, let me do this. Because this is like Stallone's property.
Yeah.
Like, because nobody really talks about it, but there was another Rocky movie, Rocky Balboa, before this, where he was an aged boxer and he has like another fight. Like maybe like 10 years before this,
Balboa.
15 years before this. Yeah, Rocky Balboa.
Is that the one with the dude from Heroes?
I don't remember. But yeah, so like I think like Stallone is like giving up control, like even just being in this movie and not being the director and not being the writer. So I think that was pretty huge. But like it also just like feels obvious franchise. Like this is, you guys have struggled here. We can make 5 more of these. We're going to make so much money. And Coogler does not come back to direct, the sequel or the third one, as we mentioned earlier. So I guess Black Panther was the only time he came back to a franchise to do it again. And that was a special circumstance. So I don't know, Proto, if you have anything to add to the direction.
Well, I'm just looking now. He was, when Creed came out, Coogler was 29.
Dang.
What in the world? I mean, he's only 39 right now.
Yeah.
And he has 5 movies. And one of them, like, Sinner Set just came out. It's doing bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the career of this guy, he's got a lot of green ahead of him.
Yes, of course.
I will say, though, I've seen Sinners, Black Panther, and Creed. And, honestly, like, his direction doesn't, like, do anything for me. I find him, like it's good. Like, it's like they're fine movies, but like there was really nothing about this movie that I was like, oh wow, like this is good. It just felt like, all right, this is a good movie. So there, none of the choices really kind of like struck me as like compelling, unfortunately.
I don't know if I have any other points left. Sly talked about Michael. I do think it's a fascinating angle for like, this kid to kind of grow up in foster homes and like for troubled kids and then is brought into wealth, like as his next stage, like Felicia Rashad brings him out of that life and he has to hide that to like make it. He still feels like he has to prove himself. So like that wealth is like nothing. It's like, it's there, but he is hiding it and he's trying to do it on his own. So I thought that was pretty fascinating, like angle to go through, because you could also see like him just coming out of the children's homes, maybe finding out that he's a Creed and building himself up from nothing, like kind of having nothing. But Hey, how you doing? Sly when he sees him in that restaurant. I'm picturing Proto in front of a mirror doing that line. Hey, how you doing?
I mean, that really did happen, though. I was like, I'm in the bathroom and I'm just looking at myself in the mirror. I'd pause the movie. And Jenna's like, I come out the door and like Jenna's just like looking at me like with a look on her face.
Oh my God.
Are you burping? Like, are you okay?
Are you burping?
how you doing? Yeah, the chip on his shoulder with Apollo. And then, like, I think even when he wants that fight, the early fight, he yells at the guy. I might have even been Stallone. I can't remember who was yelling. The trainer, because the trainer even alludes to like, this is where people fight to survive. Like, what are you surviving? And he like retorts like, where were you at when I was in group homes as a kid getting in fights? Training, I don't do that stuff no more. He hasn't talked to Marianne since the funeral of Apollo.
How did Adrian die? Does that in the first movie? Do I miss that?
I don't know if it's in Balboa, but he alludes to like she went through the cancer treatments.
Oh, she did too.
That's why.
Fascinating.
You were
that's
asleep
right.
during that scene. That's why Stallone did not want to go through it because he's
That's
already
right. I remember
been
his
through
conversations about that. Yeah.
Maybe that'll bring Danny's rating up a half star.
No.
It's already up in the cloud. Cloud.
Oh my God, that cloud conversation.
I like that he went to like, what was his connection with that gym? Was he a co-owner? Or was he just giving his branding to that dude? I cannot remember, but how that guy who runs the gym was like pissed that Sly finally comes back, but it's for this random Michael B. Jordan character.
I think he says at one point that he wanted him to come train his son, and Sly never did.
Right,
and
but his face is like everywhere in that gym. Like he's got posters up of Stallone and stuff. I couldn't remember if there was some business connection.
Well, I guess it's called Mixed Gym, so I guess that's like, that's where he trained. So
that was Mickey's gym. Danny says in chat.
That's the guy from The Dark Knight. It was like, the dogs are hungry. There's only one of you.
Oh, yeah. I liked how he kisses her on the cheek when they were laying on the floor, Michael and Tessa.
Michael.
This is Frankfurt. It's a tough spot. About him freaking out because he has to take a crap. He's his gloves cut off.
That was so weird.
that's real life.
She finds out via TMZ that he's a Creed. Woof.
Oh.
Keep it 100 with me. Yeah, there's a lot of the rest of my notes are like quotes. Sylvester saying like, it ain't easy for me to be in your corner, kid. That exhale. It hit 5 stars again just when I saw Sly do the exhale.
True.
Talking about cancer.
My word.
And when Sly goes to the jail, he's like, I ain't leaving until I tell you what's on my mind. Get the tissues out. The montage when he gets knocked down. I'm not a mistake. You're a Creed and I love you, kid. He talks about how he's with his family. I love it. I mean, this is like one of those movies where the writing is almost like organically written to make me cry.
Yeah, that's your catnip.
It's like, you know what? You did it. 5 stars again for Creed. I love watching this movie. I agree that this doesn't like break down any barriers of like direction or writing, but what it does really well for me, the viewer. So 5 stars. Pro.
I don't know if it's I think it's when he's in the jail cell and Rocky says, "You're still caught in the shadow," and then like the tear trickles down his face. that was good. That moment. You're still caught in the shadow. The scene after he wins the fight, and then they're like, "Let's party," and then it cuts to them like passed out on the couch. I like that. But that was stressing me out. They've got like 5 gallons of ice cream just melting in front of them. Like, can someone just step up here and put it in the freezer?
Handle this.
I would be losing my mind. All that ice cream melting. I like the scene where Rocky has him, where they get up at like 5 a.m., but then he just gets in the truck and then he has to run after the truck. There's a lot of like cute moments like that really well that like Sly played really well. And then, I mean, this movie knew how to connect. I mean, to like, I think that's kind of like what you were saying. Like there is like brilliance to this movie of like a new franchise, but the connective tissue to the old franchise. And anyone who loved Rocky, of course, there's Sylvester Stallone, but the way they just give you all these little pieces of like him going to the cemetery and sitting with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like talking to them, like that's such a Rocky moment. Him wearing the beanie that Mick wore when he was the trainer. Gosh, he looked rough in that beanie. I mean, does anyone look good in a beanie?
It's a great question.
Ask it.
We didn't really talk about Conlon. Man, this dude does not look like a boxer. This guy's a total dork.
Yeah, he looks out of
like a streamer.
place. He looks out of shape. He
Twitch
looks out of
streamer.
place.
This guy's like a parking attendant at the Cheesecake Factory. Get him out of here. This is, I thought, I think it's a nice movie. I'm at 3 stars. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Only other, I had a quote. Time takes everybody out. Time's undefeated. I loved that line.
Mm-hmm.
Great line, Rocky. Didn't hate this film. As much as I hate boxing, I didn't hate this film. I love Sly in this. Not Oscar worthy, but I love Sly in this. But I think if it's anybody but Michael B., I don't think this movie exists. I think he carries so much of it. And he's so good in it. Tessa's great. Score's great. Love when is it the Rocky theme? What's the theme now? It's not Eye of the Tiger, is it?
Gonna something now. Isn't that what the Rocky theme is?
I have no idea, but it's a good theme. Love when it kicks in.
Gonna fly now.
I'm at 3 stars.
Okay.
Had a good
3
time.
stars is good.
Yeah. 3 stars is good.
Sounds like Ryan. I mean, at this rate, unfortunately, folks, all the Ryan Coogler fans out there, it sounds like Ryan's not getting added to the Mount Goatmore.
Honestly, I think it's your fault.
If I had chosen Black Panther,
yep,
the likelihood of Ryan being chiseled in marble would have been higher.
Yes,
is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, it's fine. Next week is Proto's pick.
What's the name of this movie again?
Black Panther.
The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp.
Okay.
I just had this tab up, but I closed it. Life and Death of... This is 1943. When was the last time we covered a movie from 1940s?
No one knows.
One other note about Creed 2. I'm pretty sure the plot of Creed 2 is him fighting Drago's son.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Drago,
wow.
the guy,
sense.
spoilers, who killed Apollo.
If it dies,
the synopsis for The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. From the Boer War through World War II, a soldier rises through the ranks in the British military. From Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, goats in their own right. The Red Shoes, we've covered that episode in the past.
Yeah.
5-star picture.
Mm-hmm.
Black Narcissus.
Yeah.
Not covered on this, but I have a VHS of that.
I gave that
in
4
my
stars. Loved that.
A Matter of Life and Death. And the Death of Colonel Blimp. The Life and Death. What's this other one here? I Know Where I'm Going. 1945.
It's Thief of Baghdad poster. Mamma mia.
Oh, yeah.
3-hour picture, folks.
What? Next week's?
Next
Buckle
week's
up.
movie's 3. No more Miyazaki docs, anybody. Might as well just put those aside so you can get this movie done. Okay?
Big boy time.
Time to put on your big boy
Time
pants.
to grow up.
I think that's all I have this week. We have a lot to get to in the uncut. We have a lot to get to. Lots more Elon Musk Trump
Jesus
talk,
Christ.
folks. If this is what you're looking for, you've come to the right place. We will get into it. We will get into every angle of this fight, this boxing match between these two heavyweights.
Titans.
Proto, closing thoughts this week.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a public service announcement. I don't know if I've given this out before, but there's been recently some movies released straight to streaming in the past week. A movie called Mountainhead, I think, came to Apple TV. Movie Fountain of Youth, which Danny has watched. But I just want to remind people: just because a movie exists and is released, you doesn't mean you have to watch it. I'm seeing logs come through in our community, and a lot of people asking, like, what am I doing with my life?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I watch this? Folks, you don't have to push play. Danny, I mean, he's a professional. This is part of his job. Sometimes he has to, but you don't. So watch something else, if it's 2 stars. If it's about 4 tech bros who hate the world and want to kill you, maybe don't push play.
Yeah. Go outside. What if you go outside?
Touch some grass.
Alternative.
Don't watch this Mountainhead. Go outside, folks. But stay inside because you have 3 hours of the life and death of Colonel Blimp before next week. We'll see everybody then.
'70mm is a tape deck production featuring original artwork provided by Danny Haas. Spiritual guidance and V'ger, the robot who loves movies, provided by Pertalexis. Producer at large Dale _A. And music composed by Cinematric. Prints and other merch are available on 70mmpod.com. This episode was mixed, edited, and produced by me, Slim. Support our Patreon for access to our VHS Village Discord to talk movies with new friends, access to our exclusive episodes in the 70mm vault, discounts on merch, uncut episodes, and a physical membership card mailed to you. To check out other Tape Deck podcasts, find the link in the episode notes. And if you'd like to support our friends at Letterboxd and upgrade to Pro or Patron status, you can do so with a 20% off discount using the links on 70mmpod.com. Goodbye.
This is a Tape Deck podcast.